Alright, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing another video in my Gran Turismo 4 walkthrough here. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. Hoping to get there by the end of the year. And we're doing good, even though I haven't really gained a lot, but I enjoy it. It's just fine. Only 8% of my viewers are subbed though, and I'd love for that to be higher. We are going to be doing the Japan Championship in the Nismo GTR road going version, or the GTR LM road going version, or the road car, or the road edition. It's the same car. It's always named differently in every game. I don't know why they do that. But we are just going to tune this thing up crazy high with just a, whatever this is, the Turbo Stage 4, and then we're just going to stop there. That's all we're going to do. At one point, I'll do a max speed test with every car in the game tuned, and kind of like what I did with Gran Turismo 3, where I do a max speed test with every car untuned, and then we'll do a version of that with everyone tuned. But today we're going to be doing the not All Japan GT, but the, what is this? The Japan Championship. So let me first look online here really quickly. I want to get the best lineup of cars. So Japan Championship GT4. I'm going to see what cars are usually in this race. I want to get good race cars or good cars against me since I'm driving this car. Does it not tell me? Well, it looks like it doesn't tell me what the cars are in this race. So let me just look and see what's going on here. I'm hoping for some fast cars, and then you always want to have one that's an AI fail machine, hopefully, on the race. So I'm hoping for some 90s car at some point. But again, I'm just going to kind of scan here. Let's see, it's a Skyline GTR V-Spec 2, RX-8, NSX X0, RX-7 Spirit R. Let me look and see. I want to be able to see the cars in this. Can I not? I'm going to type in opponents. Yeah, it literally doesn't show it. Okay, so let me just... I want to just do another scan. I don't think that counts as a loss to do that. But I want to just see if there's any better cars than that. Again, I don't think it really matters because I feel like most cars in this game will just... They do this thing in GT4 that kind of frustrates me, where they basically will move all the cars around and start spawning them in their order of who's the best. I really hate when they do that because the passing in the game is part of what makes these games super fun. Wow, that is a totally different lineup. G35 Coupe, 300ZX, Supra, NSX Type R. Okay, there is one NSX. I feel like an NSX should be in the race. Okay, is that better? I'm just kind of thinking if I should take this. I mean, maybe so. The NSX Type R seems to be one of the best. That's a new one too, so I think that's a good idea. But yeah, so we're just going to be doing this. My car is very, very fast, obviously. I have 600 horsepower or whatever it is. So, and again, I assume for sure that they're going to put the NSX at the front later. Just going to shove everybody wide just to see if anything happens. But yeah, NSX Type R being in this race probably is why it's a 5-pointer, because that car is probably better than NSX Type S0 if I had to assume. And yeah, that just seems like it would be what it does. I think this race should be good. We have a Supra in there. Any car that's heavy that might rev it too far and slide out wide is probably a good car. I think the 300ZX would be probably good. I mean, I'm feeling like any 90s-ish car should do well to spin. I mean, or just at least to make the race a little bit more interesting. I just don't like when the race turns into everybody just drives perfectly, and it's not boring or it's not interesting at all. Like that type of stuff just is. I don't like that. And I know that was so much more possible in GT3. That's the one thing that I like kind of have a beef with about Gran Turismo 4 is that it's just so the cars are so perfect, and it's because of the B-Spec mode. And I get that, and I ultimately think that's a good call. B-Spec mode and 24 hours races make that not awful. If you didn't have a B-Spec mode with a 24-hour race in the game, that, oh my gosh, that would be completely awful. Like, I don't even know how people would do that. It'd be terrible. But yeah, so I'm glad they did it. And then eventually they fixed it by doing 24-minute races on Le Mans, and they didn't do 24 hours anymore. But yeah, so like the decisions work as well as they can, but it's just that thing where you go, Japanese Championship is everything. Every car could fit in this race. And so I'm like, obviously I want to see the AI hit gravel and hit grass and slide off without me doing anything, which I think is possible on this course. Because the 90s course has a lot, like this wide sweeping right here is like prime AI hitting the wall out there. So I'm like just kind of hoping that happens while I can't see it. You know, obviously I try to shove them out wide to kind of just disrupt them a little bit, add a little bit of tire wear, since the cool thing about Gran Turismo 4 is that there's always tire wear in this game. I did like that they did that. That makes the game a little bit more realistic. Because I think in Gran Turismo 3, there was really no tire wear until you got later into the game. That's kind of always been a thing in these Gran Turismo games, but 4 was the first one that was like, no, you know? I mean, even Gran Turismo 6, there was the little tire icon, but they don't have wear on them until the S license area. So I'm like, I think it's cool, and I like that GT4 did that, and it's pretty rare, I think, when I think about it. So, but the Nismo GTR LM Road Going Edition, this car is very good. Looks kind of weird. It's an R33, but it has little squares in the circles, which is like kind of rare in this type of car. Also, it's got the worst turbo lag ever. Look at how slow the car gets as it gets near its upshift. As it gets near the red, it literally slows down so much that it's kind of insane. And then at the low RPMs, it like flies. It's pretty funny to watch. It's very noticeable, and it's been like that forever. It's because that's like accurate with this car. This car is the road going version of like an actual race car. So it makes sense that that's what it does. But it is very shocking, though. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's very, very noticeable to watch this thing have the most turbo lag I've ever. It's just insane. And that's that thing where, obviously, with manual, you would just downshift early every single time. But it's pretty funny to notice that massive turbo lag that, like, I don't really care. I play it on automatic just because I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I'm playing through this game in a way where I'm basically showing that anybody can do it at any time. It's not too challenging to play through this game. Especially, I'm adding the challenge of using every single car that I've won as much as I can. So far, I've done it. Every race, I've used a different car. I have not duplicated a single car. Some cars you can't use. I don't know why they give you a prize car that you can't use, but the Nike 2022, which is supposed to be built this year. Okay, I doubt it. But that and the Jay Leno tank car, you can't use those in any races for some reason. I don't even know why they give them to you. And also, you can't use, there's one other one that you can't use in anything. I just remember that, but now I don't remember what it is. But I'm going to try to use every single car that I've won, which is why I have so much lower money than everybody else would at this time, especially given how many races I've done, is because I'm tuning up cars that are kind of terrible just to make the races more interesting. Obviously, I could have just used the Nismo 400R, probably untuned in this race, to do this, but I decided instead to use the GTR LM Road Going version because it's, you know, I would rather save the Nismo 400R for something else. It's going to get a little bit murky with the rally races because there's not a lot of rally cars that you can win in this game. So, like, with that, I'll have to figure something out. But in the meantime, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, obviously, I am playing through this game live as well because I just do that. I don't like to re-record over stuff. I could easily just use the replay and then talk over it there, but I'd rather y'all just enjoy the replay and me just flip through all the cars and all that stuff. So that's just kind of what I do. Yeah, this game is very fun. I feel like it's not quite as replayable as GT3, but it kind of gets a pass because there's way more to do in this game. Gran Turismo 3 has a lot to do for how few cars there are, but it's you really don't have a lot of cars in Gran Turismo 3. And so with 4, I like that they took the route of let's just put like 1,000,000 cars and so many new events in this game and basically keep all the courses that are in 3 the same. And that's what they did, and I have no problem with it. I think it goes really, really well. I think the game is extremely fun the way it is because it is just a giant grind, and as you grind, you get more money, and as you get more money, you get cooler cars, and as you get cooler cars, you see what's fast. And I think that's all very well done. So I hope that GT7 is good. People have been sending me comments about how GT7 is. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. If y'all have thoughts on that, again, just let me know. I'm debating getting that game still. I feel like most modern games, you don't want to get it right at launch ever. It's like not worth it because the game is just broken or has an incomplete everything. And with a game like Gran Turismo 7 where the flex is that it's going to be a game for old school fans where there's an arcade mode or there's a long simulation mode and there's not a lot of cars, it feels like it's just not worth it. Like Sport got a free pass because it was just trying to be a game that was for PvP. But with 7, it's like, you've got to be making like tons of races, tons of lineups, AI that can fail, stuff like that. If you don't do that, people are going to be sad. So like, I hope that they are working on that, continuing to make that better, because I think that's basically the biggest selling point to a game like that is you got to be able to make sure people enjoy the game forever, because that's what Gran Turismo 3 is, that's what Gran Turismo 4 is. Games that people can enjoy forever, and they do a really good job of making those games really fun for just years and years and years. And I hope that they work on that, continue to work on that at least. We'll see how they do. So we got a Supra being beaten by an Infiniti G35. I don't think that's a good thing. So there hopefully will be some sort of AI fail with that. I really doubt that the Supra would be worse. I doubt that a Supra would be worse than a Infiniti unless something happened to make that happen. Again, we'll see. The good thing about championship races, you get a little bit longer after the completion of the video, so that should hopefully have gotten me something. But I'll let the replay go. I'll show everybody. We'll get it going. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all are awesome. Enjoy the video and help me get to 1,000 subs. Trying to get to 1,000. Peace.